Hey there, for those of you online, we're going to be starting around 1:05. So feel free to grab a water and yeah, we'll start at that time. At that point, just let me know if you can't see my screen or hear me, and I will put that in the chat as well. Thank you. Hey, good, how are you? Good. Yes. Yeah, we have a website class today. Okay. There's two of us. Yeah, I'm Jules, and then I have JuLeah, and then together we're JuLeah. So it's actually three. So we'll answer to all. Yeah, let's take a figure in there. And I think they have weird rules, and then some of them I don't even know if they I really got a feeling resetting it. They could tell us the password, and then one time I didn't put that in there, but I don't know if that's really why. But, all right. Okay, nice. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Or, helpful feedback. It's like, okay, thanks. So, really on that. And for those of you online, let me know if you can't see my screen. I don't know if I shared that properly. Oh, well, it looks like I did. But let me know if you can't see the screen and I can re-share that with you. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So today's class is a website introduction class, like a website 101. I get very excited about it, especially nowadays with the new websites that rolled out a few months ago. Um, so yeah, so this will be a great class if you're new or if you were here like a year ago and then never switched it over or learned the new system. So today, I guess to first and foremost introduce myself, I'm Jules. I'm the Market Center Tech Trainer here at KWB. And if you ever want to book a one-on-one appointment with us, you can always do so on, I can't see from this far, so bear it with me today. You can always come to our internal site at kwbresources.com and clicking I need tech help in the top right corner will bring you right to our calendar so you can book a one-on-one appointment with us with anything we go over in command or any questions that you have with tech or marketing. For today's class, we're going to be in Command primarily, which you can access at agent.kw.com and sign in with your KW credentials here. All right. Now, for the website information, the first thing we're going to check on is our settings. Hey, yeah, good to see you. And we're going to go up to our name in the top right, and we're going to go to settings. Well, no, I didn't click. Then once we click on settings, so again, our name, settings, and then connect settings on the left-hand side in marketing profile. So this is an important section. This is where all your information from Command is pulling from. So if you ever get a headshot or update your bio or maybe get a new business phone number, this would be the main spot you would want to know to change that. And this is what your website is pulling from in regard to your contact information. So definitely feel free to scroll through this and look through these different sections. It's pretty straightforward. It's just prompting for your contact information. But a couple notes on just as you're adding something to this. One, if you are getting a new job or you got a new bio or business phone number, email support@scottleroymarketing.com. They're the people who did like your setup for your technology. If you reach out to that email, and I'll put that over here. Longest email ever. It's support, and then at Scott Leroy marketing.com. They are the company that did your like technology setup, so all your technology was set up for you. But they also do a bunch of other things for you for free, including updating your contact throughout your KW Tech. So if you get a new headshot, for example, if you send that headshot to this email with your Command login, they will just go change it everywhere throughout the KW Tech for you, so you don't need to know where to go, if that makes sense. Remember that they're an awesome resource that will do things for you for free. Scroll through this list here again. It is pretty straightforward because it's prompting for your contact information right up top. One thing I will note is that the slogan section is fairly new, and right now it does not display anywhere. So don't feel like you need to know a slogan for your business right away. This is just something more to think about as you're going through it. Scrolling on down, I do want to point out there is now a military affiliation that you can add in there. Your bio's right here. Let's talk about your bio. So that's a great thing to start with if you're a new agent, especially. Scott Leroy, when they did your setup, they do add in this default bio. However, every single agent they set up has this bio. So it is a very saturated content when it comes to like keywords and word searches. So a bio might be a really great thing to start with. And I would recommend using ChatGPT to help you build that. Because I'm someone who has word block. I am not good with words. So I use ChatGPT like my best friend. And a bio is a perfect example of something we can use for that. So what I would recommend when using ChatGPT, I always start my prompts with act as a real estate professional, just to give it a framework to think in. And then I tell it what to write me. So if I'm wanting it to write a social media account and an email, of course, this is a bio. So and write a biography, business, including these items. And then start to list a couple things about you. So things that I would recommend adding into your bio, either your past experiences or skills that you've gotten from your experiences that might help you in real estate. Other things are real estate related skills like negotiation. I don't know what you do in real estate, but things that would help you in real estate. And then I do recommend adding a couple things about your personal life. As silly as it is, throwing things out there like you have a golden retriever. Someone will read that and be like, oh my gosh, I have a golden retriever, and form a connection just by silly things like that. So definitely recommend putting in a few skills, maybe where you worked. Sorry, I can't see on this screen, so I have to look at this screen. It's just so far away from me. So all my typos, I apologize. Um, Great. Throw in as much information. Always with ChatGPT, the more information you give it, like anything and everything that you can think of, throw in there. Because you can always respond back to ChatGPT and say, rewrite this without X, Y, or Z, or rewrite this shorter. So don't be afraid to over give it information so that you can tweak it from there. And then if you do have things like placeholders, you can always write back and say, okay, rewrite with my name. Oh, my writing. Oh, I froze. Great. Well, then you can rewrite it and tell it to rewrite with your bio in there. So I recommend utilizing ChatGPT for your bio. And when you do have that updated, this is the spot you would want to put that so that that can be displayed on your website for you. Rolling on down. There is a website field here. This, however, is not selecting your domain. I'm going to show you where we're going to select our domain. This is just the public facing website that's displaying on your profile. So I'll show you where we can actually pick our domain in just a second. Market center information is right underneath here. And then at the very bottom, there's a spot for your social media links. That is prompting for the entire link. So not just your handle, it's wanting like facebook.com/your handle. And if you're not sure what your social media URL is, if you just pull yourself up in like a separate tab and search yourself on Facebook, it's just going to be the URL up there once you search yourself that you could paste it to there. And then lastly, there is a spot for Google Analytics ID. And what that is tracking your website's traffic so that you can see how many people are coming to your website, how many clicks on what pages, things like that. That is actually something Scott Leroy can set up for you. So again, if you just email support@scottleroymarketing.com, asking them to set up Google Analytics ID, all they're going to need is your command login, and they can set that up. All right, moving into the website now. The website section is going to be the last icon on the left-hand side. And if you're wondering what your domain name for your website is, it's going to be right in the middle of this page once we click on website. So I'm going to just pull this open in a new tab real fast to show you the live facing site and talk about a couple things with it. So starting with the URL itself, just a heads up, as you are sharing that out or maybe getting it printed on business cards, for example, these URLs do not work with www in front of it. So you would want to leave that off of your business card if you're adding it. Also, just to point out that there's an extra dot in there. So it's Jules May, or your first and last name typically, .kw.com. There's an extra dot. Sometimes I see agents do that incorrectly on a business card, so I do want to just point that out. Now with that, so because there's a .kw.com, it's a subdomain, meaning it doesn't do well on search engines or on Google searches because of that extra dot in there. It's grouping all the other KW websites together. So one of the best things that you can do for your website in regards to search engine optimization or rising up on Google is purchasing a domain name. And what a domain name is like we have one for our business. It's JuLeahDesigns.com. Like we bought that domain name and it's like $12 a year. So that's something that can be set up to connect to your command website. So if you wanted to get a domain name like the under your name, that's .com, or even your business name like Kennedy Homes of the Carolinas.com they own. That way you can point it to this website so that you are more easily searched on Google. And as you're getting this like printed on signs and stuff, I will say most people probably miss, like as they're driving by, the extra dot in there. People usually don't expect it, so that might be a great thing to make sure people get to your website is by purchasing a domain name. Now, where you can go for that is like GoDaddy.com. That's where we purchased ours. You just simply type in at GoDaddy.com, you type in the domain name that you want, and it will tell you if it's available and how much it is to purchase it. At that point, once you purchase the domain name, again, Scott Lauren Marketing over there can point it to this website, so you don't need to know that. They can handle that for you. You just need to basically brainstorm a great domain name that you want, buy it on GoDaddy, and then send them an email. Any questions on domain names or any questions at all? Feel free to stop me as I'm going through. I know I talk fast sometimes, so just let me know if I'm going too fast. Yes. Yes.
Scott Leroy. But as far as us getting to see it, is there going to be more in there that we can see?
Yep. So once they set that up, if you go to analytics.google.com, that's where you're going to see all your analytics set up there. So it is Google facing analytics where you see those reports. Awesome. Okay. So a couple more things about your website. So first to brag about this website. The functionality of these websites are fantastic. So they actually sync faster with the MLS than Zillow does. So it's the most up-to-date version of like listings going on. And it's not only just our local MLS, it's actually any properties throughout the nation of any brokerage. So the search functionality of your website is phenomenal and provides a lot of value for your contacts because even if they live out of state, for example, they can still search for a home based off their current location and see all the homes around them. Also, up here, you'll see a login button. This is not for you to log in. This is for your clients to log in on your site so that they can like save properties, create folders on your website and stuff like that. Your login is into command. So just to not get confused, if you ever see login up there, that's not for you, that's for your clients, and you sign in with command. All right, awesome. So now I'm going to go back into like the command side, like the backend side. And if you need to get back to here, where I am is agent.kw.com. And I went to the last icon on the left-hand toolbar. Now, before I click on edit agent site, we'll get there in a second. Do you want to click on settings on the top white toolbar? Once I click on website, there's a couple settings to look over. So for one, if you ever want to update your subdomain, you can do that here. It does have to be available, like no other KW agents have to have it. And it does update like within 10 minutes. So you can update that anytime here. Scrolling down, this is your app URL. I'm going to talk about this near the end of class because it does connect to the website, but it's a little bit of a tangent. Under preferences, I believe by default, everyone should have everything enabled, and that's good. Some market centers have like compliance guidelines that require disabling these, but we don't. This is something that I personally like to change. So by default, I believe everyone's is unrestricted for their website. However, we can set this up for our website to force a registration or a lead capture. Oh, thank you. After a certain amount of properties are viewed. I personally recommend either the 2 or 10 option. Get 'em. Bye. That way they can kind of get their foot in the door, see the value your website can provide you, but then most importantly, we capture their lead because we really want that lead information. So I like the 2 property option personally, but here is where we can make that setting update and then click Save Changes. All right, scrolling back up. Now I'm going to click on Edit My Website. Hey, Jordan. This is where things get so much fun. And just to make sure everyone's here and not, oh goodness. Okay, good. Yeah, click Edit My Website. It should take you to this dashboard in particular. If you got taken to this dashboard, just click Expert Mode in the top right corner and it's going to bring you to the same dashboard. So either way, if you need to press Expert Mode in the top right, that's how you get to this dashboard. All right, this might look a little overwhelming, but I'm going to walk you through this. And it's actually not too bad. So starting with editing pages. So when Scott Leroy set up your website, there are some default pages that just automatically get added to your website. But of course, everything is editable. And I'll show you how we can do that. And let me know if anyone has questions or needs me to like go through steps to get back to this spot. If you ever lose me, just let me know. All right, let's start with the home page. So to edit the home page, we're going to click on the page and then default home page. We're going to click on that hyperlink to start editing it. Now on the right side, once it loads, we're going to see a preview of your site. And on the left side, we're going to see modules. And there's 4 modules for this. And if we click on any of these modules, it's going to expand that out so that we can start editing it. So let's start with number 1. So number 1 is allowing us to change the title or the hero words, which are the "Let's find your dream home" nice and big. So you can make that say anything you want in your business. So if you have a slogan, for example, this is a great place that we can add it because this is the nice and big text here. Or of course, we can leave that as is since it's already ready for us in general. Nothing that we are going to go over today is like required, but it's all things that you can edit to make it a little more custom to you. Because I do brag about the functionality of this website, but I will say the customization of the design is not as much there. There's not much we can actually do with the design. So these kind of small things I'm showing you are the ways that we can kind of customize this to our business. So the title, you can make that say whatever. I'm going to say your search starts here. Actually, I'm going to say your home search. And you'll see once I start editing on the left-hand side, we're going to see that on the preview on the right-hand side. So we can see if we like that. Love it. Next, we can add in hero images as well. So those are the big images that are scrolling in the back here. Your website does have default images already in there. So again, there's nothing we have to change here, but we can add in our own photos if you want. So if you have a listing photo of a really pretty house that you want displayed, you can do that. If you want to find stock images that are like free to use and you don't have to worry about copyright issues, In a new tab, if you want to find some stock images, you can find some at Pexels, which is PEXELS.com. And this is a great site for free images that you don't have to worry about like copyright issues or having to pay for any licensing fees or anything. And let's say we wanted to make our site a little more local. I could maybe search for Charlotte and see what comes up. You do have to kind of avoid the sponsored ones unless you want to pay. Maybe you should do like Charlotte without the NC part. Like there's the Hall of Fame Center. Oh, this one's a good one. Ooh, oh, that's the one I already put on my side. I was gonna say this one's great. So any of the sites that, or sorry, any of the images that you like here, all you have to do is hover over them and click download. And that's going to save it onto your computer. So you can go through and search for any of the ones you like here. If you wanted to, make your site a little more luxury, maybe you look up luxury home. Things like this to kind of customize your site a little more. Maybe I'll do this kitchen. Now, your sites can have up to 5 hero images. So if you wanted to grab 5, that is the max number that it will go to. And once we have that downloaded to our computer, here are the steps to actually add it to our website. So I'm going to go back into my website editor tab. And I'm going to click on upload files. Actually, I don't know if you need to click on custom images, because I already did, but in case I clicked on custom images, then upload files, then choose files. And it's just searching my computer for these files. So I can add in that one I just downloaded. It does prompt for an internal name here, just so you can find it more easily, like this image. But then if we click upload, that's what's going to add that image to our hero, or I'm sorry, to our website. Any questions on that? Anything I did too fast or I can repeat? Okay, awesome. So that's probably one of the biggest things, especially when they go to your website. It's just such a big part of your website. It's like the first thing they see. So that is something that really helps with your customization of your website here. All right. So now I'm going to click on the module, like that one top module again, so I can collapse it so it doesn't get too much for me. And now I'm going to go to the second module, which is the listings list, where we can decide how we feature our properties. So what's awesome about these websites is that it does have a featured properties section for us displaying properties. You're going to have to double check me on this. I think by default, it's not dynamic. Maybe I'm wrong. But we really do want to, on the second module here, for one, we do have the title and description, and you can see on the right-hand side how that displays. But I want to be sure everyone's listing, what does that say, add listing, is saying dynamic here. Because now it is going to automatically update based off the location point if we select that. So you'll see right under this, we're going to be able to select, and it's our market center that's selecting. Of course, if you are specializing elsewhere, like Belmont, Shelby, anything like that, you can change your center location point to be more of your specialty. And it's just displaying homes based off this criteria. So it's doing our market center and a search radius around the 20-mile radius. Yeah, please. No. Oh, this is a great question. We're right in expert mode. I'm sorry, that was kind of fast. I went into expert mode up here. And then I'm gonna click explore my own, but you can always take the tour up here else, like whenever you want.
Yes, perfect, thank you.
Yeah, and then I'm here. And oh, perfect, I am exactly here. Love it. For sure. Let me know anything. So yeah, I'd recommend honestly just probably keeping that unless you specialize elsewhere. You can, here under pinned listings, you can pin listings to the front of this list. So if you have like a featured listing that you are doing yourself, this is how you would pin that to the front of this list to make sure that's displaying your listing here. So that is a little bit more manual than I would like it to be. However, under this featured listings by tab, make sure that you have both these tag toggles. It's under pinned listing. You're gonna see a featured listing by. Make sure you have my listings on and my brokerage listings on. This is really important for compliance purposes too, so that you don't get in trouble with your website. Those are the two toggles. So that is now, turning those on is gonna only display your listings, but also listings from our brokerage, which technically compliance-wise, you can only market our listings, from our brokerage. So, I mean, compliance-wise, this is kind of necessary. Not that everyone has done this per se, but they do need to do it. Then there is the last thing, if we really wanted to get specific with our featured listings and like put how many bedrooms or how many like the minimum price that you would want to see. You can get really specific with what you're displaying on your homepage. And this is how you would do that. Again, I'm under like filter listings. And you'll see like there's so many options that we can filter by to really narrow down which ones are displaying on our homepage. So again, if you're like a luxury, you're really trying to get a luxury site feeling going, and you had some luxury hero images, maybe you'd want to add like a minimum price here so that only luxury listings are displaying on there. All right, moving us along. Again, I personally like to go up and collapse the module so that I don't get overwhelmed, but I want to expand my third module, which is going to be testimonials. Okay. With your testimonials on your site, for one, this is how they display on the right-hand side. That's a preview. They aren't, so a lot of agents ask like where to capture testimonials in general. Our typical recommendation is to capture those on Google reviews. And that's just because, well, one, people typically first go and Google. And so that's how you can display for them when they're getting Googled. But also with Google, like you don't really have much control over your Google reviews because they have to sign in with their Gmail account to leave a review like manually within their account. Your website, however, you do have more control over because you get to like pick the ones that are displaying. Like none of them are going to automatically display. You have to manually add them. Now that's great for control, less great because of the work. So let me show you how we can add the testimonials to our website and then see what questions you have there. So again, I'm in that third module, which is the testimonial list. And starting with the title and the description, again, that's right here on the right-hand side, we can see how that displays. Now adding a featured testimonial. When we click this plus sign here, this list, you might not have a list because these are people that have went to my website and left a testimonial on my website. Now, unless you're sharing your website testimonial capture, this typically won't be the way that people are leaving reviews for you, unless you're sharing your link like this. Like I mentioned before, maybe most of you will have your Google reviews on your Google business page, which looks like this. Wait. Oh, we're not. or Bing. Now, okay, this is the Google business page. So you'll see like we have some reviews here. And if we wanted then to pick some reviews to add to our website from our Google reviews, we would just need to copy and paste what they said onto our website so that those could display there. So we would copy, go back to our website. And again, where I am, I went to that plus sign under featured testimonials. When we do that, we do get a list, but we also get an option to create new here. So we could go up to create new. We have to give it a ranking 5. We paste in the review and we put in the client. Now, the last thing that is required, you needed the star rating, the review, client name. You also have to put client sense. I think this is pretty wild because it literally is a calendar of like the day you started working with them. How this displays on your website, it more just shows the month and the year. So even if you could just kind of get a time frame of when you started working together, I know it's kind of silly because who knows the time, it even has a time. That'd be wild. But anyway, you do have to select it. It's like a required field. But that's the last one that is required. So we could click publish. Make sure you get this green banner. Then you can go back. And now when we're clicking from that list, we're going to see that review pop right up to add to our website front and center. So that's how we can put from our Google reviews, we can add our reviews to our website. Like I mentioned before, like this list could be people who have left a testimony on your website. That link you would find under more, and you have like a leave a review tab where you could, if you wanted to share a way to do this on your website, you could copy this link and allow people to leave a review. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? It is kind of annoying, but like if you, because you have to manually add them and it doesn't just pull from Google review. But if you'd like my recommendation would be 1, create a Google business page. That's really great for credibility. 2, share your Google review link with other people to have them leave reviews here. And then once you collect a few, at that point, maybe take some time to just grab a couple and throw them on your website. But this is the main spot I would recommend that most agents are collecting reviews. Alrighty, Rue. Oh, sorry, wrong tab. Oh, right. So the last one is luckily a little easier of one. There's not as many settings that we display here, but the last one is the blog. It's like right here. So the main thing to know here is as you're adding blogs to your website, and I'll show you how we do that, this is the spot that we can feature the ones that are on your homepage displaying. So you can feature certain ones. I have it set up so that 1, I always like it on dynamic. And then secondly, sort by, I like the newest published date so that I don't have to go pin my new ones. So the newest ones just display first. That's how I'd recommend setting up that section. Dynamic and sort by newest published date. All right. Be sure that you're clicking save in the top right with any changes that you're making. And this green banner will let you know that happened. Great. And at that point, we could either click return to dashboard on that green banner, or the logo in the top left will bring us back to the home page, or like this page. Okay. So now let's add just a couple pages to our sites to make it more of a tool with just a couple clicks. First, let's add a mortgage calculator to our website. So to do this, we're going to be at the dashboard, like the home page of the dashboard. Again, to get back here, we would click on the logo in the top leftish. and it's going to bring us back to this page. All right, under quick start, we're going to click on template HTML mortgage calculator. We're going to see a preview on the right hand side. Love it. And all we have to do here is click publish in the top right. And boom, we just added a page to our website. Oh, I already have this. If you get an error, you might already have it on your website. Just a heads up. I already have it. But if you got the green banner, then you did it successfully, and you can go back to the dashboard then and click return to dashboard or click the logo. You want me to go through that again, Sasha? Absolutely. And let me just see where you are so I know. That's okay. Good, 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 good. Okay, let's save. Won't lose anything here. Love it. Okay, so all your changes were saved. And then what I did here was I clicked this template, and then all I did was click publish. Oh, see, you might already have it on your website. Oh, you do. Look at you with all your custom pages. I'm very proud of that. That's a very good website right there. You got a lot of custom pages. Did you reach out to Scott Leroy to do that? Or did they just do it? No, that's great. Well, fantastic. Then you can kind of, yeah, the mortgage calculator. Follow along with this part, but if you get an error again, it's not you. It's probably already on your site. So the next one we can add is why work with a KW agent. So same thing as the last template we just did. All we're going to do is click on it. And all we would have to do is click publish on top right. Now, if you did want to add or change anything to this, for example, this is just like our win-win, kind of like those things. You could click on the modules on the left-hand side. And you can edit that text here. But again, this is already kind of ready for you. So really all we have to do is click publish. And again, if you get this error, you just already have it on your website, so you're ahead of the game. And then return back to the dashboard. Right? So now, kind of to jump back a little further, if you could, well, before we leave this page, actually, I just do want to point out this tour button in the top right. You can take a tour, and it's going to walk you through like the basics of this dashboard. And you can click that at any time, you know, on like after class. So in case you get lost, there's a tour button. In this tab, though, if you don't mind going back to command by doing agent.kw.com and navigating back still to the website section, which is going to be the last icon. And I just went into like another tab and just went back to command, just so you're not lost. So just go back to command and then go to websites. And click edit website from this screen. And it's gonna look a little different. And we just like went in the reverse order. We went into expert mode first. This is basic mode. So this is a lot more user friendly of a view. But of course, there's going to be limited things we can actually do here. So for one, this color palette, starting with the color palette. Here are the options we get for coloring. Like I said, the like look of these sites, there's not much we can change and customize. So like if you do have a specific branding color, it's not like you can actually kind of pick it. You do have to pick from these colors. Now they're always rolling out with more, but you know, it takes some time. From what I've seen, it's not like this is a priority per se. And then also on this basic mode, oh, and if you are changing the color though, for, just be sure that when you're clicking it, that you click publish in the top right, and that's what gets it to save. Also within this view, we have this plus icon that says add content. So adding blogs is for this new website, it's a lot easier than the old website to add blogs, which I get excited about because blogs is just a really great way. So we talked about search engine optimization or SEO with like a domain name and why that's important. But blogs is another way that that's helpful for your SEO as well because it allows your website to get in front of people that are searching things outside of real estate. So real estate, North Carolina real estate is a very saturated Google search. So the whole idea is that we want to try to get our website in front of people that might not be searching real estate. So if I have a blog post on like the one I did for the Halloween class was like haunted houses in Charlotte. The idea is if someone was Googling haunted houses in Charlotte, that might be a reason my website comes up outside of the search of real estate or North Carolina real estate, which your website would never come to the top for that kind of search. It's just too saturated. So the whole idea is content is king. The more content that you can add, the more custom content you can add to your website, the better. And blogs is the most easy way to do that. So again, where we are, just in case anyone needs to go back here, we are in the website section, which is the last icon on the left-hand side. And then we clicked on edit agent site in the middle of the page and clicked on this plus sign. Now we can click on blog post. So there's a few things we're going to need to grab for our blog post. An image, we need a headline, and we need a subject, or we need the blog itself. So one of two ways we can go about this. Both ways I'm going to use ChatGPT because again, I don't like to write anything. So if you wanted to, just tell it, act as a real estate professional and write me a blog post on anything that you want. You could just start with that. My example today is we're going to grab an article, an existing article out there and tell ChatGPT to rewrite it for us. So I'm going to open up a new tab. And a great resource that we use for local news is Axios. Does anyone follow Axios? I do too. So they do have like a Charlotte division specifically. So they post like all about what's going on in Charlotte, new business openings, everything to do in Charlotte. So basically, as you're going through, even if you follow Axios on social media, if you find an article that you really like that speaks to you, maybe you go and make a blog post about it. So what we would do, we would come into here, and I just want to find a fun one. Let's click on things to do. Concerts, the cocktail competitions. Yes, that sounds fun. So what we could do is just copy and paste this article into ChatGPT. Sometimes I do see these advertisements come in the middle, so we might just have to delete it from our prompt in ChatGPT, but let's copy. Go to ChatGPT and say, always act as a real estate professional and write a blog for my website using this. And then I'm going to paste this in and then let it write it for me. And it's great because it even gives me a headline because I did not want to think of one. Now I wonder if it looks like that's so cool. It hyperlinked where we could find out more. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to copy and paste that over, so we'll find out together. So from here, we can click on copy at the bottom, this like little icon. Go back into our website and paste this into the body. Oh, you know what a trick I found actually was if instead of using that icon last class, I just like, instead of doing that, I just highlighted like this and it made the formatting like so much better. So just a pro tip right there. Do it this way, and I think it's, yes. So then it like bolds things and keeps all the emojis in and stuff. But does it hyperlink details? No, it doesn't. Wait, does it? No, is it? No, it's not. I guess it doesn't go in with the hyperlink. So personally, I would then tell ChatGPT to rewrite it without the hyperlinks. Which is really cool in general. You can like talk back to ChatGPT and tell it to write it in a new language or anything, and it would spit it out. And goodness gracious. And then we be patient. And at that point, we copy. So. Oh, well, back. Okay, and then I'm going to take that headline too, so I don't even have to think about that either. And I do like at the end of whatever it spits out from ChatGPT to also just put at the bottom source Axios. That way you really can't, like, as long as you're citing it, it's all good. But it rewrote it for you, so plagiarism rise, you're not doing that. So, but if you just source it too, you're extra safe. And then at this point, all it's prompting for then is a image. I'd use pixels again, copyright things. And just look up, what was this, a Charlotte thing? I don't even know what I wrote about. It was like drinks. I'll do like cocktails. Perfect. Click download. Nope, not that tab. Too many tabs open. And then we're just going to browse that from our computer. And click publish. Now that's going onto my site. And I added custom content to my site, which is really great for it. And now I'm also a great local expert. Like I'm branding myself as a local expert because I'm writing about what's going on in our local area. And this is something people typically care about if they're not buying or selling right now, which only happens, what, every 7 to 10 years. So trying to think of content in a way to get in front of them outside of real estate can be very helpful to provide value that way. And just to show you how that looks on my live site now. There's a couple things I could even do with that blog. So up here, we find our blog by the menu, or if we scroll down, it's on the homepage as well. So we could share out our blog page. So as we're posting more blogs here, if we took this URL and went to Facebook and said, hey, come check out my blog to drive traffic back to your website, they could see all your blogs. But then if you click on a specific one too, you could also go advertise this link and go to Facebook and say, hey, here is what's going on in Charlotte in November. Check out my website and drive traffic again back to your website so they can search for homes right on your site. And it's really not too bad now with ChatGPT. Like, I mean, I can probably write a blog before that, but now that we have that, it makes it way more time, like worth your time. Because I mean, of course, a blog probably won't buy or like sell you a house, but hi, it's great for your brand and to get in front of people regularly. Ooh, whose line is it anyway? That's fun. I love that show. Any questions? So the very last thing I'll go over is just since I've discussed like posting on Facebook with these links. One, let me just show you what that would actually look like in regards to your blog. But then I'll also show you one of my favorite other things for social media in regards to your website. Where? Any. don't judge my username. I was like 12 when I set it up. And I like lemons. I made a whole email about it, apparently. Okay, so yeah, in regards to, let's say we want to share out the specific blog post, what we would do, we would just take the URL up here, copy it, and then in Facebook, do like a normal post like you would, and paste this in here. What's cool too is that it will give it this thumbnail maybe. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Well, no. But we could say like, you know, need November plans. Here's a plans. Check out my blog for a full list of to-dos. And then as long as that's just hyperlink, when they click on that, they'll go right to your website and to that article that they can check out. So that's a great thing to post out. Another great social media post from your website are sharing searches from your website. So like I mentioned, wait, let me go to the live site. Okay. The search function of your website is very good. So sharing out searches from your website can be a fun way to show what value you can provide. So as an example, let's say we want to do a Facebook post for all the open houses in Charlotte this weekend. So our steps are, we would first go to our live website. So in a new tab, if you are following along, if you go to your live website, and our first step is going to be to perform the search. So for Charlotte open houses, if I do Charlotte, North Carolina first, and click on it from the drop down or click search. So it's going to, once it loads, search for all the active listings in Charlotte. But then there are additional things we can filter by. So if we click on filters near the search bar, this is going to pop open where we can search by or filter by a bunch of things. But if you scroll to the very, very bottom, there's like this open house toggle, for example. So if we click on that and we click show, now it is filtering and searching for all the open houses in Charlotte. So at this point, if we took this URL up here, after we perform the actual search and copy it, yeah, hit me. No, that's okay. Like a ranch.
What story? If there is anything in the search bar, because I couldn't find one story. It's nothing.
Maybe if we typed it into keyword,
Mhm.
that's a good question. You're right. I don't think that's a filter per se in there,
Oh,
but let's see. Oh, well, they have 196 results with ranch in their property description.
oh wow, but how you did it?
Oh, okay, yeah. That was
That's
exciting.
all.
No, that's okay. I did it really fast too.
So,
It's under keywords. Yeah, add keywords.
and then you show?
Yes,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
absolutely. And this is that URL that we can share out, which is the step I'm on. Yeah. So if we then copy this link and we go to Facebook and say something like, need weekend plans? Here's a list of all the open houses in Charlotte. I'm really liking a question at the beginning, apparently. Here's a list of all the open houses in Charlotte and see. And then we would actually paste in that URL. And what's extra cool is that link is dynamic, meaning anytime, whether it be a year from now, when they click on that link, it's going to show them the most up-to-date version of that search. So you don't have to worry about like it's going to update depending on when they click on that link to show them the actual full list. So they click on that and they actually get to see that list and you drive traffic back to your website. And you can really get creative with your searches. So for example, like under filters, one of my other favorite ones is at the bottom too, is like doing price reductions in the last 7 days. Looking for a deal, here are homes that have reduced prices, and share that link. Or maybe it's summertime and we want to show all the houses with a pool. Or even you can do your search by school district. So if you wanted to feature a new school district, and we did like Weddington High School. Find the school. Ah. Weddington High School. So you can also do by school district on your website. And maybe you want to do like all the homes in the Weddington School District for under $1 million. Right? The steps always stay the same. We perform the search on our website. Oh, I have it filtered by open houses still. Sorry. And then you perform the search, and then you take your URL and you go to Facebook to paste it out. So this would be all the homes in the Weddington School District under $1 million. Yes, let me go. Just have way too many. Okay, like in the search, I do have to scroll down kind of a bit. It doesn't show up right at top for some reason. I typed in Weddington High School. Oh yeah, you do. Sorry. And then yeah, I did have to scroll a little bit. Oh, I pulled it wrong button. And also that shows like how valuable your website is too. Like, hey, look, you can search by school districts on my site. Did you know that? Like here's a list. So like even if on every Friday you did a website search Friday on your Facebook and you posted a new search featuring a new neighborhood or a new criteria, it could just be a really simple, valuable way to share your website. Oh, hey, how's it going? Nice.
Did you just want to see like if you guys saw me or something?
I so do. Thanks. Thank you. All right, that was the website class. The website class is usually a little overwhelming just because it's like almost like a different platform, almost like with that dashboard, it looks like a little overwhelming. However, I will say like your website is set up. It's doing what it needs to be doing. It's good to go. If anything, it's just an opportunity to customize it more if you wanted to. So just know at least that your website is already set up, ready for you. You can share your website as is with your clients and provide all this value to them. And more so knowing the value your website can like provide, that way you can sell yourself to clients and be like, look, did you know that that when you list with me, your website will be featured on the homepage of my website? Things like that. Yeah. Yes, great question. So that is going to be on kwbresources.com. I actually think I have that up somewhere. Awesome. Hey, Mama.
But this is yours. You might just want to go on the account, see what.
Okay. Why is it so expensive? And then if you go to office calendar, and then like, okay, like if there's a bunch of events, which typically there are, we have tons going on here. Like if you click on the plus one or whatever that says down there, and then you click on Tech Tuesday. Oh, class schedule right here. Oh, that's not the class schedule. Okay, wait. Also, sorry to give you two different spots to check. And I bet it's not updated. This, when we update it, will give our class schedule as well. So where I am under tech resources and live tech training, I swear I'll update this today, so it will be up to date. My bad. We just did a new one. Yeah, I know it's October. I'm gonna update it. And then you can check there. And then next week, though, for Tech Tuesday will be the command overview. So that would be a really good one as a new agent. It's kind of like where it's like a movie preview of all the things command can do so that you can book an appointment with us and like break it down more. So you can see kind of what your business needs now. Yes, next Tuesday. The Thursday classes are advanced tech classes. I mean, it's totally up to you and how you feel like, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, Tuesdays we focus on new agent classes. And then on Thursdays, we kind of build on it a little more. So Tuesday is going to be upping our SEO.
Every, I know the changes, but is it kind of like the same, just like?
Kind of like these ones, the command overview and DocuSign, those weeks always stay the same because they're just so important. Like DocuSign is so important. But then the ones in between do kind of change. Like, because there's just so much, that's kind of the double-edged sword of command is that it's so much that it can do, but then it's a lot to learn. But yeah, we're going to do, let's see, what's this month? Oh yeah, it's the command overview next Tuesday. And then the one after that is all about your apps, your KW apps. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, feel free to book with us one-on-one. Ooh, MLS. Less me, I will say. Or I just don't go into the MLS. I don't know much about the MLS. I'm KW Tech specific. Coach, do you have a coach? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember our appointment. Did you ever talk about Teresa, whether like a team or coach was? That'd be my recommendation, just because like she will be able to guide you on which one's better for you, and then that would help me answer that question about the MLS. Because yeah, we don't have access because yeah, we're not realtors. Sure. And then yes, we'll walk you through DocuSign. While you bring that up though, in the meantime, the video on the homepage, hold on, is under our beautiful faces. This video right here, the bottom one, top one to watch. It will walk you through exactly how to use command with DocuSign. It's a 25-minute like overview too, so it's not too bad. It's just, and I feel like once you go through that video, I'm in tech, so I'm someone who likes to click around to figure platforms out. This one I really had to watch, like it just wants you to do a specific workflow so they can kind of talk together so you don't have to do more work. So this will walk you right through it. But before, did you ever talk to NAR or did you get your number? Do you have time? Like I would love to connect that to your DocuSign so that video will be like, yeah, perfect, let's do it. And if you don't mind, if we can do the same to set up your, you have a NERDS ID, your NAR membership ID, yeah.
Yeah, I have my MLS already set.
Okay, so that's a good sign. Perfect. So if you don't mind going up in a new tab and going to rooms dot DocuSign.com. Now it will prompt you to sign in, which is typically going to be your KW email and your command password. And let me know if you need help on that. Yep. Oops. And now typically you would never go in this way, but yes, it is. Thank you.
And this is
Awesome.
rooms.
Perfect.
trying.
Yes, yes. Awesome.
Oh, again?
Yeah, DocuSign's extra secure like that. Cool. Well, that's a good sign. Oh, did you click reset that? No. Good go. Yeah. Okay,
I
this is
have
where it
it.
is. You know it? Wow. Because we can also find it if, in case you don't, so don't like fret.
Is this is the one?
Yes, that looks right. Okay, is that a 9 or a 4? 4. Okay. Okay. Now what's your last name?
Daoudi.
Wait, Bauu.
OU.
OU. DI. Okay. And now we're gonna find North Carolina. Awesome. Okay, so now you have your forms. Like those are steps you actually don't need to know how to do it really. Like you're connected now going forward.
To know.
Yeah. That's why, figured. So now when you watch that video, which you have,
Something in here. What is it? This one. Oh God, it's a lot.
I so feel you. I have just a billion tabs at once.
What is it?
It mimics my brain.
I don't know. I don't know. It's something in green. Same when they talk. They asked me. There is a video.
What was it? No, I'm sorry, I was going.
I'm trying to
Oh, yeah.
do something.
So yeah, now though, when you're watching that video, it's gonna make a lot more sense. Like when it talks about the forms, you can totally skip that part
Yes,
now.
because we have a couple of forms.
Good. Okay, good. So now it will do it.
Connect without forms.
So forms will be within here, and let me just do it once he's
Yeah.
connected, because I can kind of show you a little overview. And if you guys have places to be, I don't mean to overdo your over. Okay. Yep. I mean, I don't know what else you might need that for, but DocuSign wise, you are good.
Pretty quick.
Oh, I know. Well, it's probably because you probably didn't even set it up. If you go to your inbox and search for Keller Cloud Setup. Mhm. Oh, wait, sorry, your personal email, because, okay. Yeah. I was like, hmm. Check. Yes. Yeah, they usually send it to like a personal account because it's the one they set up your KW email and then they have to send it to you. Oh, awesome. Okay, yes, that's the one. And then, so your DocuSign password should be, but then, oh, and then here's the security question they've set up. Yeah. But it might take a minute. No, I don't know how long it lasts you with DocuSign, sorry. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Great to see you. It's been so long. Oh my gosh. Are you in bold right now? Are you doing bold? No. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I heard great things this year, so yeah, but there's always next year, yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. How's everything going? Good. Like staying busy.
Getting busy.
Oh, good. Well, good busy, I guess. Yeah. Well, good. Well, I hope you stay dry out there. I'm liking the rain though, because I play on a softball team, like an adult
Yeah.
softball team. But it's every week, and I like when it gets rained out.
Something about the rain, right?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, right?
Oh man, that's cool. I want
Yeah.
to play somewhere
Yeah, I play at Park Road Park.
that's nearby.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too far. It's like, yeah, right down this road here. But
It's
yeah,
like an old women.
it's men and women co-ed. Yeah, it's like a beer league. Like it's just for fun. It's like slow pitch. It's just like, yeah, always fun. Any luck? Oh, I see.
I guess I gotta just try back later.
Yeah, I think it takes like 10-ish minutes. But here, I can show you the steps on the how to once you do get there. But actually, do you mind if I use your computer to show him? Because I don't have a DocuSign account.
Problem.
Perfect. So when you are signed in, we're gonna go up to your initials in the top right. And then go to preferences. Then integrations on the left-hand side. And it's gonna say add a provider here. And we're gonna click add provider. It's gonna be like in blue though. And then you're gonna pick this won't be grayed out. And then it's gonna prompt for your NERDS ID, your last name, and an association, and you would just pick North Carolina for the association.
So that's how I'll find the nerds ID in there.
Yes, there's gonna be an extra like blue hyperlink that says find my NERDS ID, and you can just put in your email and your name, and it's gonna show you what it is. And then you'd put that number into this, and this is what's gonna connect your forms. And then that video is gonna make a lot more sense. Like it kind of walks you through this, but
Yeah.
this is more in depth.
All the forms automatically sync.
Like in here so that you can get it electronically signed.
Gotcha.
And just to briefly give you guys an overview on how DocuSign works together with Command, and of course that video is going to show you exactly, but typically we wouldn't actually go right to DocuSign. We always start a transaction from Command. So I have so many notes. Hold on, let me just go back to Command. So again, the video will make sense, but we always start a transaction in Command so that Command can sync to DocuSign. And how we go about that is like through the opportunities section, for example. We could go up to create opportunity in the top right. And there's 3 things that are required. One is going to be the type, so like a listing. The next is going to be the client. And the last thing you have to put in is the commission rate, but that can be changed at any point. So just like put something in there and click create. Then from here, when we go to the documents tab, oh, no problem, no problem. I'm in the handshake, I'm in Command for one. Okay, the handshake icon. And then create opportunity in top right account or top right. Do you have that or is it yours zoomed in? Oh, yeah, green box. And now you select the opportunity type, like just do like listing or buyer for an example. For the client, you can put in like yourself just as a test. And then the last thing you have to put in there is the commission rate. But again, that can be changed at any point. So don't like, you can just put something here for now. And if they negotiate you, you can change it. And then click create. All right. Then from this screen, there's going to be a documents tab. And we're going to click. And now before clicking start a transaction, it's really key that when we click documents that we pick a checklist type first. So here we're deciding like NC or SC, like, or whatever the stuff means. You just pick one. Was that land? I didn't even mean to do that. Okay. So pick the one that makes sense for you. And why it's so key to do that first, when you pick a checklist type and then click start a transaction, clicking start a transaction is what's going to move you into DocuSign. It's going to sync DocuSign to this opportunity. And because we picked the checklist type first, it's going to bring in all the required forms that we would need automatically into our DocuSign room so that we don't have to go finding the documents that we need. Does that kind of make sense, like workflow wise? Again, that video on kwbresources.com will walk you through those exact same steps, but now that we're connected with your forms, or when you are connected with your forms, it's going to make a lot of sense because you're going to see those forms automatically pull in and it will work like great. All right, well, if you have any questions or ever want to book with us, I need tech help up here. I would love to meet with all of you so that we could party. Woo. Tech party. Let's see. Oh, and thanks for coming online. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.
Did they hear our whole